recording, man. So I have here with me again Aaron Phillips, professional MMA fighter and past contestant of the Ultimate Fighting Championship from Team Volkanovski. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing good, man. Like I said, it's been a minute since I talked to you. A lot of things have been going on with you, man, since last time we spoke. You appeared in the Tough season, the last season of Tough. How was that experience, man?
Oh, it was crazy. It's definitely a once in a lifetime thing. It's like, I don't know, it's hard to explain like how hard it was and how fun it was at the same time. Like you're trying to say it's hard, but then you're having fun the whole time. So it's like it was a wild experience.
Man, I have to admit, bro, like when I saw the first episode, me and my family were like little girls, like little girl fans for like of you. Every time you appeared on screen, we were like, "Oh my God, look, there's Aaron, Aaron, yeah!" For no fucking reason, man. You could just like be there on screen, and you were not even saying a word. Aaron, and I will like even bother my kids, bro, like my oldest kid, DJ, look, it's Aaron. Who's Aaron? I don't know, man. Just watch. It
Awesome.
was so nice and surreal to see you, man. But is it that hard? Like the trainings and everything. Everybody says it's tough trainings. Is it that hard?
It was tough. Yeah, it was tough, man. It was definitely a really hard experience just because it's like the training. You're waking up, you're seeing the same guys every day, and then you're going to morning practice, and then after that you're back home basically getting ready for afternoon practice. There's this bang bang bang, and you're just with the house of all the guys you're gonna fight, so, and you have to train with them too. So it's and practices are normally about 2 hours, and they're all pretty tough. But there's also like those fun practices where we're doing a lot of technique and stuff. So there's like a lot of cool stuff.
Nice, man. So to tell me about, like, for example, what would be a typical day in the Ultimate Fighter house?
Oh man, typical day is you just wake up nice, bright and early, and try to get some breakfast in before the first practice. I mean, that was my routine. Is every morning it's like, all right, just make a pot of coffee, fill up and make a big pot of coffee. I try to get as much of that in me as I can, some food, and then get to practice and hopefully be awake for it. Because man, you're sore every day, and it's when you're at the house, it's not really like just sit around and talk all the time. A lot of times people like you're out just working out at the house too, because you have treadmills and you have a pool. So yeah, there's a lot to do there. But we hung out a lot too. So there's a lot of the guys are really cool.
Man, that's so cool. So like when you say wake up early, how early are we talking about?
Oh man, for a while, like I was just kind of like, because a lot of like going to sleep without like an alarm clock, just like thinking like, all right, just wake up, don't miss it, and it's your body's just waking you up at like 6 a.m., 7 a.m. and you're like, oh geez, but you can't fall back to sleep because you wake up like, oh, I'm late, or thinking you're late because you don't have an alarm clock or nothing, and that was pretty wild.
Is that anxiety, man? Like
Yeah.
to be honest, I had that anxiety right now talking to you, bro. I was waking up at that like every single minute, like, man, it's like I don't want to be late for Aaron's talk. And the reason why I changed the time because I woke up very early, because my dog wanted to go out. I was so
Mm-hmm.
sleepy, and I saw a message, let's do our talk at 11:30. So I changed it. And then I was like, when I was more awake, I was trying to find your message. I was like, man, did I dream this? Aaron didn't send me this. And it was another person who sent me that. But
Yeah.
I was definitely a little bit anxious in a good way to talk to you, man. Like it's plus, you're a great guy. It's always
Yeah.
nice to talk to you and everything. But with this thing that you have going on with the Ultimate Fighter, bro, it's such a big deal, to be honest, man. And not only that you participated in the Ultimate Fighter, but you participated in the latest season of the Ultimate Fighter with a great
Yeah,
team,
the
like
comeback.
the comeback, man. How was being in Team Volkanovski, man?
Team Volkanovski is great. All the guys on the team we're all kind of like-minded. We're just really cool, really nice guys, and I could vouch for like all of them being really good people. Genuinely good people, and And Volca and the coaches are just so awesome, man. It was always a fun environment, hardworking, fun. You wanted to go to practice. You wanted to like be around each other all the time, kind of thing. You weren't like dreading any workouts or nothing. You're just like you're going and you're like, it's gonna be hard work, but it's gonna be a good time. So, it's definitely great.
So is it true that you're really disconnected from the outside world? No phones, no
Yeah, no
internet, no
phones, no
nothing,
TVs,
no
no
TV.
books, man. It was wild. Yeah, no
What do you mean
TVs,
there's
no
no
books,
books? You,
nothing.
you cannot read there. Like,
No, you can bring in a Bible, but that or like a religious book, one religious book or something. But that was it. I mean, there's nothing else in that out there. We had no contact to anybody for that whole 5 weeks.
so basically, it's just you and the guys. That's it.
Yep, us and the guys and the coaches. I mean, when the coaches would stop by, like Vulcan, that episode came by for made some steaks and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
and they let
man.
us
Like
watch the fights that time.
I saw, I was literally watching that episode like a few moments ago before our call. And I
Uh,
saw like yeah the coach, your coach came with some steaks and everything, and he seemed a pretty good barbecue guy, man. Like that steak was like really on point.
yeah, dude, it was so good. He's such a good cook, and he loves doing it too. He's like, yeah, show up, I'll do it. Do it for the whole house, like just not just his team, but like everybody. So that was really cool, and that's just the kind of guy he is. He's there for the whole cast, not just our team. That was really cool about him.
That is really cool, I have to admit. But I cannot believe that you're not allowed to take anything with you, man. I thought at least like a book to read. It's just I think if I were in your shoes, let's say if I would be a fighter and I would go to the Ultimate Fighter house, I will
Mhm.
go insane, I guess, bro. I'm a man with like severe anxiety, man, and I will go insane. Too much testosterone there, man. Everybody, not only guys, but everybody is in the competition mode, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So like some
Everybody's
people
ready
could
to
be
go.
on edge. Some people can I just don't want to talk. Some people may be introverts. I don't know, a lot of things, man. Because I'm picturing myself if I would be there with no phone, with no nothing. I'd probably be teasing a lot of the guys who will be next to me, like bothering because I would not have anything to do. I like to
Yeah.
joke around, so I pretty pull some pranks.
Uh-huh.
What did you do to stay mentally sane aside from training and have the support of your teammates?
Oh man, I did a lot of swimming, a lot of running. It's basically just workout and just try to relax, just chill. But I had a group of guys in there who were really good friends of mine. So it's like, we were in the house, we hung out every day, we played cards, we did everything. We all just hung out and heard each other's stories every day, and it was it kept us all pretty sane, for the most part, for as sane as can be.
Well, yeah, man. Like, because you're saying that you have two trainings a day. Every training is 2 hours, right?
Yeah, yeah, roughly.
So we're talking about that you're training 4 hours every day. Let's say like 5 to 6, like with the resting and the talking and all that in the gym, and then you
Hmm.
have all those free hours just to yourself to be in the house, man. That's too much. I guess that's part of the test, bro. To be
Yeah,
mentally strong.
yeah, yeah. It definitely was. It was definitely tough, but man, a lot of those guys can cook really good, and they're pretty funny. So I didn't mind it. I didn't mind anything at all. I was like, oh, I just go pick up people's plates, walk around the house, socialize a bit. But what was funny was
Man,
I was going into the house. I was going to the house, kind of just I'm gonna be friends with the 35ers, but not the 85ers because I'll have to fight them. So I was like going with a little bit of tension, and everybody's kind of feeling that. Everybody's kind of went in with that kind of mindset. Because we're gonna have to fight each other, and but we ended up all just kind of getting along and having a good time, and it was a lot different than I thought, but it was definitely crazy,
how's
having to just live every day and see everybody.
how's Team Ortega?
Team Ortega, the
Yeah,
coaches or the guys,
both.
uh, bunch of punks. No, I'm just kidding. They're pretty cool guys. I mean, I really liked them. You saw in the commercials that Ortega comes over for a bit too, and he's a cool guy. I got to talk to we got to talk to all the coaches during the selection. So I mean, they all seem really cool and they're all really driven. So I mean, it's definitely awesome, in there. And a lot of the Ortega guys that I didn't get to like really talk to. There's a couple of them I didn't really hang out with or talk too much. They kind of just kept to themselves a lot. And but for the most part, we all got along really well in the house. When it came to fighting, we got after it. We knew what our job was, so it's pretty cool.
That is really cool, man. I think this guy, Brian Ortega is dating this UFC fighter Tracy Cortez. Do you know?
Oh yeah. I saw them with each other.
Bro, she's beautiful. I didn't know because like that guy has a reputation of a player, and this Tracy Cortez also has that reputation of not like settling down, not being with one guy, dating one guy. But hey, I guess they find each other.
Maybe this is the time.
Yeah, man, that's crazy, bro. Like I remember before your fight, they showed some small clips of you, right, from Alaska. But I was so excited to see your dog there, man. That was at least for a little while. Even my wife, the dog, your hardest dog is there because we know about your dog, right? So like, it was nice that you showed that, bro. But it's crazy because like people that I have talked to about this, friends and everything, and training and partners that I have talked about this new season, I'm telling everybody how unusual athlete you are in terms of how you have come reach to the level that you have reached so far, because you learn fighting, well, not fighting, but MMA through tutorial videos in a very unorthodox way. It takes a special human being to be that talented, bro, because we're talking about martial arts, self-defense, fighting. You don't usually learn that from videos. You know what I mean? You don't get the technique from it. You might get the idea, but not the technique. But you have managed to do that, man. How?
Really good videos from Shane Fazin on fight tips. It's just a lot of like just kind of just staring at the video, and then I'll like turn it off for a second, but like it's a lot of like just picking apart videos, like watching UFC fights, and just like not just watching them to watch, but like kind of like, oh, he did this, and you see stuff that you were working on, like a YouTube video or something, you saw like a technique, then you see a fighter do it, and you're like, oh, that's cool, that I was just watching something like that, and then you go work on it, and it's a lot of just working on just the fundamentals, because you could do a lot of that, just starting off. You just work on the fundamentals as long as you get some work. Maybe someone could come in and just give you some advice or something. You send a video out. People could critique you online even, but I haven't done that. But I don't know if I can handle that. I just want it in person.
That is something like I would like to implement in JockPharm, man. I would like fighters to be able to upload their own training videos, either for teaching purposes or for showcase purposes, whatever. But more importantly, for teaching purposes, because if, for example, you can pass along what you have learned through a video, the fighting tips, you do your own thing, because at the end of the day, you adapt your own style, right, as a fighter. So you do your own thing, you put it for the world of MMA to see, and people will get to see that, man. That's definitely a feature we're going to be implementing in
share all that knowledge.
Exactly, share all that knowledge, man.
You can send a message, be like, hey, try this out. Try this out. Alter this, and I mean, not to say to like just change somebody's way, but like just give them another idea, another look. That'd be pretty cool.
Exactly, man. And the fighter that would think, okay, this is like for me to change my ways or my style, man. That you're like a very close-minded fighter, bro. You need to explore. Like you said, you don't need to change your style. You don't need to change how you are as a fighter. But definitely, you need to explore new techniques, new avenues of, I don't know, like making a takedown, making a knockdown, whatever, escaping. I don't know. Like definitely
the best part of it is always learning.
Exactly, man. It's learning, and I would say learning and having fun while doing it.
Yeah.
Because if you get too frustrated, at least speaking for me personally, when I train and I get frustrated in training, if I'm not getting the technique right, sometimes I get those days. I don't have fun, man. I hate that training. But most importantly, it's kind of like a frustration against myself. Because I've been training a long time. Well, obviously not to your level, but as a fanatic, I've been training a long time, and I know like what level I can be at, and when I get a simple technique wrong over and over again, I get frustrated. But
Mhm.
that's not the game though. Like you should like calm down. Like 'cause patience is a big key
Yeah,
in martial arts. You know.
yeah, just being
So,
calm and taking your time with it. I think I mean boring. Some like most cases, boring is better when you're practicing technique and stuff. You know, that's my thing. It's like if I'm bored, but I mean I feel like I'm doing it right. You know, just keep doing it. You know, perfect it, and then you could have fun with it. You know, later on.
yeah, exactly. Like when conditioning, right? When you do it over and over and over and over again, like you said, that part might be
Yeah,
at some point like, okay, I already know this is boring. But once you do it more, you start perfecting it, the technique and everything, and it just
yeah,
comes
yeah,
out very flawlessly when you are either sparring or competing or whatever. And that is
yeah.
something like from that day on, like from not that day on, from that day that I was frustrated in training that I couldn't get that technique right. I just like, okay, I'll deal with the frustration. Fast forward, let's say a week or two, and that technique came out like it will be breathing. You know, like if I, as soon as I will
Yeah,
be
yeah.
in a certain position, that technique will like, okay, I do this.
Boom,
So
got it.
like,
And then ultra instinct
got it.
activated.
Yeah, man. Tell me, brother, like, how long of a flight is it from where you at Vegas?
To Vegas direct. So Vegas direct. So it's about an hour to Anchorage. I think there actually is a direct flight from Anchorage to Las Vegas, and that might be about like maybe about four, but somewhere between 4.5 to 6 hours probably. Um, but that's two flights, so an hour, you know, and then then you get on layover there, and then you hit another flight. But for me, I was when I to get to Tough, I went to Denver before a month before, so I left home a month before, and I was in Denver for a month getting some training in before the show, just in case, like, because you know they didn't really let us know we were on until they announced it, and so that's I was down there training just in anticipation that I'd be on the show, and ended up being on the show, and you know it's all worth it. But I was gone for I was gone for an extra month away, so from the family, it
How
was
was
pretty
your
tough.
experience over there in Denver? You were training at what's the name of this gym? Elevation Top Team, right? Elevation.
No, I went there to go train with them, yeah, but
Yeah.
we ended up they have like 90 guys or something like that on their roster, you know, and they're just kind of busy at the moment, so they you know they kind of their team was kind of full, so they're like, oh well, we can't really take any more people in because we're kind of full with people, like, and I was like, oh yeah, it's cool, so I just went down to my brother came down to Denver to train with me, and we ended up going to A1 Boxing, and they they had their mats and stuff, so we and boxing rink, so we just kind of did our own thing, and a lot of the workouts my brother put me through, we actually did in for Volk's team. He kind of did the same stuff for me. That's pretty cool. Because my brother's been at Tiger Muay Thai and stuff, and he's checked it out, so he's learned a little bit there, and that's kind of how I kind of went into that team, and I was like, oh, I've done this. I was familiar with a lot of this stuff, so that's kind of cool.
That is cool. Like I didn't know. Like you were talking about your older brother, yeah.
Yeah.
So is he a fighter as well, or just a practitioner?
He boxes sometimes. Whenever he's in shape, he'll be like, oh, he'll take an amateur boxing match. But he loves studying the sport, and just the practices of all of it. So he keeps up with it, and he's really knowledgeable. So, and with the Tiger, he went to Thailand for, I think it was like a month and a half, and he just did all the boxing training and stuff he could, and just enjoyed the life there. And I'm gonna have to get out there eventually.
I heard it's tough. I heard it's beautiful. You will have a fantastic
Yeah.
time. But I heard it's tough. Like I was watching some time ago. They record. They do have not a competition, but they kind of offer like a full
Oh yeah, yeah.
sponsorship
The
for
yeah,
for
like
like
that
a fighter to
3 day
come. Like
tryout.
3 day
The
trial,
tryouts.
and
Yeah.
then you get like 1 year sponsored by Tiger Muay Thai if you get chosen, right? Something like that.
Yeah, yeah. And he's lived there for like a year or whatever, get trained out of there, something that for a year, something like that. I
Yeah,
think it
man. And
was.
I saw the 2018, if I'm mistaken, or 17 video about those contestants and everything. Just the warm up, man. The morning warm up was a 10-kilometer run.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is insane, man. I mean, well, I guess for you it would be normal.
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, yeah. But man, do I not do it as a warm up? No. It's
Fuck,
like
because I'm
I'll do like a jog around the block for a warm up.
yeah, yeah. That's me. Like one of the things that I hate. When training, I can do anything that you want. Like the most crucial thing, I can try to do it. I can be in distress. I can be dying, but I was still doing it. But running, man, oh my god, I hate it so
Dude,
much.
the worst. It's
I
the
hate
worst. I don't
running, bro.
know.
Yeah,
If it wasn't so beneficial, I would. God, I'd never do it.
that's the thing. That's the thing. It's so beneficial, especially for a fighter. Fighters run.
Yeah,
That's yeah,
that
man.
road work.
And yeah, it is so important, you know. And I would remember, I would run what's it like to just a warm up with like 2 kilometers. Right, we're talking about like 1 mile, 1 mile and a half, right? Something like
Mm-hmm.
that. Uh,
I
but
think
that
so.
was
Yeah,
it
I
for
think
me,
it's pretty close.
man. Yeah, like what like okay, 1 kilometer is like no, it's well, it doesn't matter, man. Like 2 kilometers. Yeah, 2 kilometers, man. It was a long distance for me. You know, and like after those 2 kilometers, I was done. I was like, no, I want to go home, and that was just my warm up, you know. But like yeah, I can do the jump rope, I can do the burpees, all those like exercises that suck. I'm down for it.
Mhm.
Running, man, it's just there's something about running. I just hate it. I don't like it. I can run on the treadmill in the gym, and the only reason why is because I can put my phone in front of the treadmill and I can watch videos or whatever and get
And,
distracted.
yeah.
Because when I'm running like outside and just listening to music, I'm all the time thinking in an anxious way, like, okay, when is it gonna be over, or when am I gonna read that, like, reach that, the end of the running, you know? Like I
Yeah.
look at my watch and I'm like, damn, only like 5 minutes has gone by. I hate it. And I have like I don't know, like 30 minutes to go. It's so fucking frustrating, man. I hate it. But like saying, it's so needed, man. Like, do you run on a daily
Hmm.
basis?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Every day.
Oh man, horrible.
Yeah. It's the worst. Um, but I guess it's okay. So I guess I say it is the worst, but it is the worst workout I do out of all my days. But I actually enjoy running a little bit after being in the house because all we had was treadmills and being locked in a house. So like, and not no phones. Being in there 5 weeks, it kind of changed me a little bit. My mentality of like running and stuff. And we had no music either, so it was like the appreciation of music has gone up exponentially. Like any music that comes on, I'm just like I could run to anything, just put it on, and it's
No
wild.
music.
Yeah, we had no
No
music
music.
the whole time either. Not
That
even
is
before my fight.
insane. That is insane. Oh my god, because like you know Hulu, right? Like Hulu, they have all the seasons of the Ultimate Fighter.
Uh-huh.
So Hulu's like Netflix. You heard of Hulu, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they have all the seasons of the Ultimate Fighter. So I'm watching that now on my free time, and I know that obviously, like, yeah, you're disconnected from the outside world. You're telling me you cannot bring books or this and that. It's just like you, your mind, and the fighters training, and that's it. But I thought at least you could bring a playlist with you, man. You could be on your own bed, listen to music, and that's it. That man, no music. I cannot believe it, man. No music.
No, it was rough. Um, you heard music playing in, like off in the distance or in a car driving by on the way to the gym or something. You're like, oh yeah, there it is. And then you have some guys who would start singing and stuff. It's pretty funny how deprived we were of like just little things like that. How bad we wanted them.
Man. And of your teammates, man, who would be like your favorite guy, the guy you got along with the most?
Man, there's who did I get along with the most? I'd have to say either Ryder or Brian. Those guys probably a quick tie there. But there's a lot of guys in the house who are super cool, you know, like they're all close seconds.
Nice, man. I saw this guy that caught my attention. This Latin guy with a mullet from
Uh-huh.
your team.
Yeah.
Gilbert is
Gilbert.
his name, I
Gilbert,
guess.
yeah,
Yeah,
Urbina,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Gilbert Urbina, man. He definitely caught my attention because like I said before our talk, I was watching the second episode. That's when like Volkanovski came with to do the stakes and everything. But you were watching the fight, yeah, like Thug Rose against Wade.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah.
Um, and then like Thug Rose knocked out Way, and then this guy, at least in the episode, showed that immediately he got inspired and started like doing the treadmill, and with his mullet just like flapping around.
You
Like that
gotta
was
let it hang. That's already always said. He's always like, let it hang.
let it, let it hang, man. Like, yeah. Yeah, he seems like quite out there. Like definitely his mullet caught my attention, man, for sure, bro.
Yeah, that
You
guy's
know,
cool, man. Gilbert's a cool guy, man. He's definitely one of the cooler
yeah,
guys in
man.
the house.
Have you met any of these guys prior to the show?
Nah, never heard of a single one of them except for Andre, actually. Because
Okay.
I mean, like as far as like me, like regional scene stuff, you know, I don't really know anybody too well. Like I know the Dodge Sports, the guys who they fight, and then like I'll know those guys, Andre is really the only one I really knew coming into this because I just watched him and the other Aaron fight, and yeah, they were telling me they're like, yeah, we when we got that list out, because we had our phones when they announced the list for Ultimate Fighter, and so they tried looking me up. They ended up looking up the 135-pound Aaron Phillips in the UFC, so they couldn't find anything on me. And they were watching his videos and stuff. They're like, man, is he bumping up to 85? Like, what happened? Did he get cut? You know, it's pretty funny.
But like, how is it with you now? Like, I know, like, at least because we have spoken before, we know a little bit of your story, Alaska, your dog, your training methodologies, all that. Um, and now, like you said, most of the people don't know that. Would you want the world to get to know more about that of yourself, or you're cool with staying in the shadows in that sense right now for now?
I would like people to get to know me a bit more, you know, like get to know, you know, the background of Kotzebue, where I come from, and you know, just kind of, you know, just get to know me a bit more. You know,
There
I
you
want to be
go.
known. You know, I
Now
see.
I'm gonna put you on blast then right now, bro. Like, then
Uh,
why on earth you haven't sent the material that you're supposed to send to us for us to put that story out there,
oh
man?
dang! I did. I thought I sent it all. Oh no.
Oh man, it's
I just
been
had this. I just had those three questions. I think I'm pretty sure I sent them, but I guess I didn't.
Hey man, you're not helping yourself. You just said like three
I know.
questions. Like people will think that
I
like
know.
I
I
sent you a
know.
questionnaire.
I know. You sent me so easy. I'll get those three questions. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, bro, come on, man, because we do know that you have such an unique background story and everything, we want to get it
Mhm.
out there. Is that like for me, for example, I can say I have a unique background story to tell, but I'm not 100% comfortable to tell it just yet, you know
Yeah, yeah.
but I can tell you, okay, I lived all over the world. I live in 5 countries. I've been, I don't know, in street gangs, and then I kind of like what's it called, survive that, and I'm in Finland now. But there's a lot more to
Uh,
it, right? Like those details that I just mentioned, okay for me, for the world to know. But then like the
uh,
deep details, that's like, I'm talking for myself, right? The deep details, I'm still not there yet. It's still like a very deep in me. A little bit afraid of people judging me, I guess. But brother,
uh,
you have none of that. You have such a beautiful story to tell, just from where you're living. It's so unique,
uh,
just that alone is so unique, brother. Because Alaska and Finland have similar weathers, I would say. We get like that when it's summertime, we get the sun all the fucking time. When it's night, winter, we get the night all the fucking time, which is, I hate it, but hey, it is what it
yeah.
is. It gets so fucking cold. Man, tell us right now. Tell me about where you come from, man. Like everything about it, bro. Like with the seal meat and all that.
Oh man, where to begin with Kotzebue, Alaska? Shoot, man, I don't know. I just grew up my whole life here, and it's been wild. You know, it's like every day is like survival. It's more of like a survival type of living. You know, it's uh, just living off the land, and you know, just kind of living the culture up here too, and just being a part of it. And you know, it's been a blessing for me. You know, growing up, I never really thought of it that way. You know, I was like, I can't wait to get out of here. But it's like now it's like, well, I got to leave for this career, but I'll be back. You know, kind of thing. That's how much I love it here.
Mm.
You know, it's just really, really tiny, really isolated. You know everybody. Even if you don't like them, you still kind of, you know, you still got their back. You know, if anything, you know, it's just one of those places. You know, it's just really unique, and you know, it's not a lifestyle I'd ever recommend anybody just go out and find unless unless you're real outdoorsy, naked and afraid, kind of looking for stuff like that. But it's definitely yeah, it's definitely great. You know, it's going to be rough living in Houston because we're moving to Houston after this. So I'm going to be living in the big city for a bit, and let me tell you how
Oh
nervous I am for
man,
that.
congratulations on that, man. That's a big step.
Yeah, it's going to be huge. Trying to get out as fast as I can. We're out here packing everything, but yeah. So just before this interview, I was just out in the middle of nowhere. We took a little ride on our ATVs up the tundra. You know, did some riding in the mud, and we tried to found some really old like reindeer cages or something they had out there in the middle of nowhere. It was pretty wild. Um,
Can you,
but
can
yeah,
you
it's
show us
just
since you're outside? Can you show us around?
I can show you outside the little outdoors here. Oh, here's the house. A little bit of the weather. Yeah, yeah. It's not too bad, huh? But and
I
there's my
have to admit
ride.
it. Show
There's
me
my
your ride. Show me your
ride.
ride. Yeah, the ATV.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What do you do in wintertime with your ride? Like, do you have to change the wheels?
No, the wheels on there are pretty good. We usually it's too cold for that thing to start in the wintertime, but this last winter, last two winters actually, I don't know what made it so amazing, but it started at like 50 below, and I was able to take it to work, to and fro from work. So, but these mosquitoes are the size of birds. Oh my god. Yeah,
Man, like yeah,
yeah,
that means it's getting warm a little bit.
yeah. It's it's warming up too much. Get rid of the mosquitoes. Get cold again.
But when it gets warm over there where you at, does it get really warm or it's just like a mild warm?
It's a different kind of like when we get hot, it's like a different kind of hot because it's like the sun's just above you all the time, like right above you, and there's no escaping it. There's no AC anywhere in this town, you know. So it's
It's
you
like a dry heat, yeah.
um yeah, kind of, but it's just like it's I mean we have some humidity here, but it's just a different. It's just because the sun never goes down, so your house is hot 24/7. You know, it's like oh god, like 80 degrees or whatever, and all you have are boilers in your house. You don't have any air conditioning. You know, and it's just there's no good air, not good airflow, and it's it gets rough here in the
Man, like
summertime.
I have to admit, like where you at, it looks very peaceful. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
very,
it's
very,
definitely
yeah, very calm. I like that. I used to be a city guy, you know, like back in the
uh,
day, we're talking about, yeah, definitely, because I was, I was not raised, but part of the majority of my teenagehood, I was in Florida, Miami, you know, a city. Florida is quite, you know, like the beach vibe and stuff like that
yeah.
and all that. Like I always lived in the big cities. You know, when I was in Spain, I lived in Barcelona. Here in Finland, I live in the capital area, Helsinki. You know, but now
Hmm.
I want to live in the countryside, away from people, man. I just want to have that peace. You know, and uh, I'm so fortunate that I can work from home, so I can actually do that. For example, here I live in the suburbs, not in the city, bro. Look, because I don't know what is happening. The older I get, the less I want to be around people. I don't know. It's not that I'm
Yeah,
being introvert or like, but I just want like from my like I just want my space, be okay.
I had my
Like
wild days. They put them behind me.
man, I can yeah, exactly like that. My wild days are far behind me. Now it's time to like just settle down, calm down, leave in peace. Like here with my boys, with my wife and my dog, bro. It's just for example, I think I would live there where you at. I think I would be happy there. As long as I get
Yeah.
like good
Other than the
Wi-Fi connection, I'm good.
other than the price of milk and stuff and gas, it's not too bad. The cost of living is pretty high, but it's all right. It's definitely peaceful here.
Is it the cost of
Everything
living
costs a
high?
lot though. Yeah,
Really?
it's so high, man. Yeah, it's
Why is
definitely
that? Because like the products is hard to reach there, or well, why is it so expensive?
it's just because it's the shipping. Everything's up by pound. And so they order everything up here in bulk, and there's not much competitions for the stores up here. We basically have one grocery store, and so they could just I feel like the prices are just kind of hiked up. And I mean that, and they have to deal with shipping prices for themselves because you have to only get up here by plane or a barge, like a barge or two in the summer, and it's wild because you don't get a lot of fresh stuff here. It's like if it gets here, it's only fresh for a couple of days or a day or two before
Mm.
when it gets here. But
Yeah, man, I could
yeah, it's
imagine.
a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah, it's really high cost of living, but it's not bad. I mean, if you have the jobs kind of equal it out a little bit.
Okay. And you also do a lot of hunting, you say, right?
Yeah, I do some hunting. Yeah,
Is it like as a sport, or you do it like Joe Rogan that you hunt to eat your own meat?
Joe Rogan style. We go out to harvest it, and like that saves us trips to the store, saves us money. We don't have to go out and buy a steak. We can just pull it out of the freezer once it's all harvested. So it's
I
pretty
gotta
it's
say,
pretty
man,
cool.
that sounds like fun. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. But what kind of meat can you? What animals do you hunt there? Elk?
Um,
What?
caribou and moose mainly. Seals, caribou, beluga, or not? I already said caribou. Beluga whale, and yeah, that's mainly what we hunt up here. Rabbits, I guess you could get a rabbit if you really wanted to. They're a good little snack, I guess. But that's, I would but like as far as like to live off of though, you just get mainly caribou and moose and seal and beluga whale.
Brother, what is caribou? I'm sorry for
It
my
was
ignorance.
it's a what's the caribou? Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
um, it's kind of like a reindeer. It's a wild version of a reindeer. They look almost exactly alike. I think a caribou might be just a little bit bigger, but it's basically a reindeer.
Man, it sounds very interesting, man. Like, when are you planning to move to Houston? When are you leaving Alaska?
Right now we're just getting a lot of stuff. Right now the trajectory for that is like early July. Um, but if anything comes up, I can leave at the drop of a hat. Basically, go down there and start getting ready for anything that could come up. Just because once the show airs or whatever, we don't know what's going to happen. So
Mm.
we'll see. Like once
Well,
after the 12 episodes.
you said that you mentioned we, like we're packing. When you say we, I'm assuming is you, your girl, and your dog.
Yeah, me, my honey, and our three dogs, our three children.
Oh yeah, you do, man. You gotta explain that diaper, bro.
Oh, Chloe Toadstool, man. She's in yeah, she's not fixed, and my blind dog's not fixed because the vet was charging, man, it's like a crazy amount of price for just both of them to get fixed. And I was like, we'll just wait till we get to Houston. But then just as I say that, I go outside for a workout, and my honey comes out. She's like, your Chloe's in heat now. And I was like, oh God, no. So we're keeping a diaper on her because so it's not as messy, and so Sammy doesn't get to her when we're not looking. Got to watch out. We don't need no blind puppies running around.
Yeah, blind puppies. I love it, love it. But bro, like, is that diaper? Did you make it yourself or you bought it? Like, I don't know, because
No,
it
no, we
had
just
the
bought
hole for the tail. Yeah.
we just bought some toddler ones, and we stabbed a hole in them, cut a hole for her tail. it's, she's getting used to it being put on now, so she kind of cooperates, so it's not too bad.
Man, definitely is a big help. I have to admit because we have a female dog also, you know, Sky.
Mhm.
Well, she's the
Yeah,
logo, right?
yeah, you just got
And
that, huh?
yeah, man, you know,
That-
this is for everybody to see my commitment and belief on JockPharm.
Yeah, buddy, that's how you got to be. You got to show the belief.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, brother. So like
110% in.
Sky when Sky gets her where Sky isn't on her days, she has like this special panties for dogs basically.
Uh-huh.
But it's we didn't know that. Like I've been a dog person all my life, but I always had male dogs, always, you
Uh-huh.
know. But all of a sudden, she started spotting all over the house, and sometimes I let her be in bed, and the whole fucking bed, like the sheets were like spotting. So okay, let's put her let's go to the pet store and see what we can do. Because my wife was thinking the same thing. Oh man, let's just buy a diaper, put a hole, and that's it. And I was like, okay, I'm down, you know, because I didn't know that they have products for that, like for dogs when they are on their period, you know. So
Uh-huh.
we go to a pet store, it's like what's it called, a panty, right?
Yeah.
And you put it on the dog, but it's sometimes because it's so new to us, we when we take her out for a walk, we forget to take off the panty, so she pisses on her panties. That is like another mess. And I don't know if Chloe, your dog, gets this, but my dog, when she's on her period, she's so needy, man. She's all the time following me around. I mean, it's okay, but like to a point, like, oh my God, leave me alone, go away.
Chloe,
Does that happen?
Chloe's very cuddly right now. She's very, very cuddly right now. And whenever I try to like sit up, she'll like jump into me more. She'll push even harder to keep me in bed. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right, all right. She's yeah,
Man,
she's pretty needy,
my
but
dog.
I love it so much.
Oh, of course. Like, yeah, like our dogs are the best, bro. Come on, my dog. I love her to death. She's fucking amazing, man. But like, yeah, she's getting needy. But you know, my dog now pregnant. She's gonna expect some puppies soon,
Oh
next
yeah.
month. And the crazy thing is that not only my dog is pregnant, but my wife is pregnant also.
Oh, all right. Congrats, man. You have a full house. It'd be wild.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be crazy, man. You know, like in every sense, because we're expecting our first baby girl. I'm so
Uh-huh.
happy for that, and
That's
it's just
awesome.
like it's just a big coincidence that my wife and the dog are pregnant at the same time, bro. That's fucking funny.
Magical. It's a magical moment there.
Yeah, man, I am excited, man. I think I'm gonna be one of those super overprotective dads with my little girl, man. Like to the point that I don't think she's gonna when she's on her teenage hood. I don't think she's gonna like me, man. I'm gonna be so overprotective. But hey, I gotta learn,
Yeah, yeah. It's all right.
man.
It's
So
all right.
tell
So,
me,
you
like
know, as long as
you were saying, brother.
as long as you love them, it's all right. You know, it's
Of course,
all good.
you know it. Pop is always
Overprotective
gonna
dads
be
are the
there,
best.
man. You think so?
I think because I feel like I'm going to be overprotective.
Yeah, man. Like, yeah. It's just like I remember when I was in high school. Um, Girlfriends or friends that would have overprotected dads, they will all the time complain about their dad, you know. And I feel that she's gonna my little girl is gonna be like that. My dad like doesn't let me bring this guy home and stuff like that. I don't know. I think I'm gonna allow her today when she's like 44 or something.
That's funny. She's 44. You're good. You're good. I won't ground you anymore.
Yeah, you're 44. You're good. You can get out of the house now. You can leave the nest,
That's funny.
bro. So tell me, what is waiting for you in Houston, man?
Oh man, just I looked up a few gyms. I found a gym down there I really liked. One of the guys from the show, he actually the Gracie Bar in the Woodlands in Houston. That's where he trains out of there. And I was, he's a good friend of mine from the show. So that's where I'm gonna head down there. And my honey, we're gonna move in with her mom down there. She has a house. So you're really gonna help us out, while we kind of get established and then we'll be off on our own again. But Houston so far is going to be the place to be. Just because it sounds like a place I would like, you know what I mean? And it's on the road system, so I could go. We can go and drive or travel anywhere. That's gonna be wild.
True.
I can afford things.
Are you preparing for that heat? It's hot, man.
A little nervous about it. Like the Vegas had that dry heat, so it wasn't so bad. But I don't know about all this humidity in Houston I keep hearing about. It's making me nervous.
Yeah, I've never been to Houston, but I heard it's hot. It's hot, I guess. Quite.
Yeah. I don't think I'll ever be able to wear a gray shirt down there from one of the sounds of it.
Or a black shirt for that matter, bro.
Yeah. Or that either,
yeah. So you chose this destination because of your friend, right? That he recommended his gym.
Yeah, he recommended his gym, and we were already kind of going down to Houston anyway, just because her mom was going to help us out, and I know there's a few. I looked up a few gyms there that seemed pretty good, pretty legit. So, but that's the one I my friend told me about, and I was like, oh, okay, that's only like 20 minutes away from the house, so it's perfect. That's what I'm going to go to. So.
That's awesome, man. 20 minutes away from where you train. That's beautiful. That's so convenient. I heard about Houston. I heard it's a beautiful city. The people are nice. This is like there's not a lot of traffic and everything. And they have quite a lot of really, really good MMA talent over there. It's going to be a great experience for you, I think, man.
Yeah. I'm excited to be a part of I'd say my first team, but it's going to be my second team. My first team was Volk. That's pretty cool, huh? Tough 29 was my first pro team I was a part of. Yeah.
So, that is very cool, man. Yeah. Because over there in Alaska, you just train on your own, right?
Yeah. I got some friends that come and help me out, but it's more of just like teaching them stuff, working with them, having some fun.
How do you do the sparring? Because sparring is quite important in training, right?
Yeah. These guys like to my friends, they like to come and like, hey, can we spar? Do some boxing or something. I'm like, sure, but I mean, it's just they don't do it. They're not like training or anything to compete or not. They just kind of want to stay in shape and just try to help out as much as they can. And they're all about like 150 to 170 pounds, so they're a bit lighter than me. But yeah, we go in there and spar a little bit. It's because the shop I work out in that we work out in is so small. It's basically you're in the pocket the whole time. You're always in arm's length from each other. But it's mainly just I just try to work on my movement and stuff when I'm with them. Movements and range. So it's a lot of fun. It's pretty frustrating sometimes when they because you can't really get away from them. But that's what makes it more interesting and more fun. Get more technical that way.
Definitely, man. Definitely. And are you excuse me? Are you planning to stay on your weight as a middleweight, or are you going to move? What's your game plan right now?
I think I like where I'm at middleweight. I might try to put on a little bit more mass, put on a little more muscle, and then but like ultimately stay at 185. Not get too big, but just to try to feel like I feel like I could fill out a little bit more, be a little bit bigger and still make that weight pretty easily. In the house, I was talking, before the house, I was talking to my brother. I was like, I considered, I asked him, I was like, should I consider 170 at least once, maybe try it out, see how I feel. And so I might do that eventually, but we'll see what happens.
Good, man. Good. Like a middleweight is an interesting category there, man. Well, I just saw the UFC fight, with Easy against Vittori, right? Vittori is a big middleweight guy, bro. He doesn't look like
He's huge.
He's fucking huge, man.
He looked like a 205er out there. I was like, holy moly. This guy,
yeah.
He looked a lot bigger than his last fight. And I was like, man, this guy's looking solid.
Man, he's huge because Easy himself is quite a big guy for middleweight. He's tall, but he's slender. But hey, man, like Easy, just like a great fucking fighter, man. This past, first of all, the whole event was like really fun, man. Like
Dude,
the fighter with Diaz versus Edwards. Oh my god, that was the fight of the night, man. What do
that
you
was a
think
cool
about
fight.
that?
I was on the edge of my seat for that one. That was wild.
That was wild, bro. Like a
I
fucking.
thought he was gonna get. I thought Diaz was gonna get finished in the end there. I was like, there's no way, dude. If he gets to finish it, that's crazy.
I think if the round would have lasted a little bit longer, he would have gotten the finish. Or like because when he hit Edwards the first time in the last round when he started being wobbly, Diaz
Mm-hmm.
kind of like did his thing, like okay, you're wobbly, see what you got, like gave him the space and time. I think if he
Yeah.
would have just like gone at it right there and then, maybe he would have gotten
Uh,
the stoppage, the win. But I don't know, like Nick Diaz, he's just like a fun fighter to watch, bro. Like he no doubt that he's like insanely tough, definitely. But like his fight too street, I would say. He gets a lot of punch. He's like he even sounds punch drunk, man. I don't know.
yeah.
What's your take on Diaz?
I think he's really fun to watch. He's a good time. I just feel like he should he should probably check a leg kick or two. Those things, every time I see him get his legs kicked, I get grossed out. I'm like, man, those don't feel good. There's no way those things feel good. But I mean, I like the way he fights. I think he's a good show. I just think he should have actually went out for that finish though at the end there right away. He should have jumped on it. It would have been cool to kind of see him win, but it was good to see Leon win too. Though I haven't seen when's the last time Leon Edwards fought against Bilal, right?
Yes. Actually, yeah, I didn't think about that. It's been a minute.
Yeah, that was right. He was definitely. I like Nick Diaz, so I like him a lot. He's one of my favorite fighters just because I grew up kind of watching him.
Yeah, man. Like I'm a big fan of both of them, the Diaz brothers, Nick and Nate. Both of them
Yeah.
are like tough as hell. I would say one of the few fighters that would say that is the true definition of a fighter.
Uh-huh.
Those guys, they love to brawl, man. They just love to fight. That's in their DNA. They're like fighting. They're like I'm not saying that they're not athletes because they are full athletes as well. And like the stamina that this guy has, man, Nick Diaz, well, both of them, despite of
That's
all the
wild.
smoking that they do, it's just insane.
They go forever, dude. They're Energizer batteries, that's for sure.
It's kind of like right now, like the fight before with Edwards, man. Like, despite of all the hits that Diaz was taking, he would just keep moving forward. He would not stop. He would go down. He would get back up. It was insane, man. Like in the cuts that he had, there were deep cuts,
Oh,
bro.
did you
Like,
see that one on the side of his head?
oh man, I started freaking out, and he was normal and calm, like nothing. Like the drip of like blood, it was for him. It was like, okay, this is just sweat. Let's just continue. Like hey.
It's bleeding everywhere.
Man, I think that's what he likes, bro. Like, cause I have met. Okay, let's. When I was back in the day in the streets, I was never in the street, but like a pretender to be in the streets.
Uh,
And I would feel like I would get like into street brawls, and I would feel that blood. It kind of like ignites something. Either you get more pissed off, or you panic, or whatever. But with this guy, it was just boom. He got hit. Normal.
yeah.
It also takes a special individual to have that mentality that he has, man. He's like
Yeah.
unique in that sense.
Yeah, he's definitely unique, and he's Nate Diaz is his own breed. He's a different kind of animal. That guy,
Bro, definitely.
Diaz
He's
brother.
from Compton, right?
Yeah, or no, Stockton.
Stockton. What the fuck did I say? Why would I think Compton? Stockton. But yeah, man, like it's crazy, man. Like, do you think that this guy can ever reach the title in his weight category? It's been quite a minute, man. Like,
After
me
this
wrong,
one,
he's
I mean,
super entertaining, but
yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's. I mean, I just don't think he's really going for the titles or the wins. I think he's just going out there to fight people, like, fight the best guys and kind of make them look silly. You know what I mean? And but like not beat him though. Like he's not beating him, but he's definitely making him look kind of like kind of wild. He's definitely making problems for him. And I don't think he'll ever be for the title though. I just don't think it's going to happen.
Definitely not his drive. Yeah, I agree with you there. His drive is just to fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been around since the beginning of times for the MMA and the UFC, especially. I think he was in season 2 also of the Ultimate Fighter,
Mm-hmm.
and he won the season.
I think so. Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, he won the season.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Also, his jiu-jitsu is off the chain. It's like amazing, man. Speaking of which, how is your jiu-jitsu? How do you train jiu-jitsu on your own?
Oh man, that's most of my wins have been submissions, which is kind of funny. But a lot of it's just we kind of watch stuff, and I have a couple friends who've done it who I've worked with. A couple, like we rolled around a few times. People show me some stuff, but I mean it's mainly off of just same thing, YouTube. Which is it's real hard. It's a whole nother animal doing the whole jiu-jitsu off YouTube thing, because you're like you're not. And get your friends who don't really know the positions or nothing. You're like, okay, let me just try this, just stay there, and you just kind of do it. But then a lot of it's finding drills. That's what I was getting at. Yeah, finding drills to do, like not the actual move, but like the drills for the move. That's all we usually do though, and we just kind of go from there. And if you throw up your leg and their arm gets caught, and there's your arm bar, I guess.
Bro, I have to say that you're like not only a good fighter, but you're a very smart fighter. You have a very, your fighting IQ is quite high to do all this. I cannot wait to see Aaron Phillips after being trained in a proper gym with a proper team. Oh my God, you're going to be destroying, man.
I can't wait for it either. I'm dude, the excitement is like, it makes me want to explode. I'm going to throw up. I'm so excited.
Yeah, man, I can imagine, bro. It's gonna be fucking exciting, man. You're like, just keep at it, man. You're a fantastic, great fighter, unique in every sense of the word. Like just your training style. Have you learned everything? Not anybody can do that, man. I cannot emphasize that enough, bro. And now when you're gonna have the proper guidance of a coach, proper guidance of your teammates, a proper training regimen in that environment, that you can feed off from everybody that's there, man, it's gonna be Aaron Phillips 2.0, brother.
Yeah. Mine just skip 2 and 3, just go to 4.
Hell yeah, why not? Hey, if you can do it, why not? Why not? You all right?
Who needs Super Saiyan 2 and 3? Let's just go to 4.
You watching Dragon Ball, man?
Oh yeah, dude! As soon as I got out of there, the first thing I clicked on was the Tournament of Power, the very last fight. Goku and Frieza. I don't know. That was the first anime I thought about watching. I was just like, just watch that final fight, because the Ultimate Fighter was kind of like the Tournament of Power a little bit. That's what's crazy about it. You're in there, you're just fighting for your own little universe, so to speak. Yeah. And yeah, it was so first thing I watched was Dragon Ball Super when I came out, and I watched a little bit of that Dragon Ball Heroes like fan stuff on YouTube, and I love that stuff because you have like Super Saiyan 4 Goku versus Super Saiyan God Goku, and it's and I've been getting a lot into Black Clover and Hunter x Hunter now. So, dude, my anime has been just it's been just flowing through my mind too much.
Bro, a lot of fighters love anime. I have noticed, man. But like everybody has this one thing in common. This common denominator when it comes to anime is Dragon Ball. It's just fucking. I grew up on Dragon Ball, man. Like from the origins of Dragon Ball, which is Dragon Ball Z. Fucking love Dragon Ball Z. Greatest fight ever with like the Frieza versus Goku, and then and like, what was that planet? Namekuseim, something like that.
Namek.
Yeah, that in Spanish, because I used to watch it in Spanish. Man, I still remember Channel 5 at 5 o'clock every fucking day. I still remember, man. And at that time I was training kung fu, So I would go to kung fu training, and after kung fu training, I would go straight to watch Dragon Ball. And yeah, like that fight, bro. Even though it took like the whole fucking season, like just that fight alone. I remember when Frieza said, "Okay, the planet's gonna explode in 5 minutes." That those 5 minutes were like 20 episodes, but still, then like it was amazing, brother. But you know what? Like the other day, I was trying to fight. I was trying to fight, watch Dragon Ball again. But you know, the anime they have this. At least in Dragon Ball, they have like when there's something's about to happen. Before
Yeah.
that, a lot of shit happens. You know, maybe 2 episodes will like pass by because Goku or whatever will like think back and like, okay, when I was a kid, whatever, he became this monkey, whatever. You know, now
Yeah.
with the anxiety that I have, oh, like fucking hell, I don't want to hear that. Let's fast forward to the fucking fight. You know, because they talk a lot. If you think about it, they talk a lot, man. They fucking talk a
Yeah,
lot.
dude.
But when they fight, it's
And Dragon Ball Z,
amazing.
Dragon Ball Z, they're like, no, 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 no. And they'll explain to each other how they got their power like 10 times.
Yes, man. Like now you reminded me of like this reason when he got destroyed. Like at some point, his father King Cole like rescued him and put him back up, and then they went back to Earth to kill Goku, and then Trunks came from the future. But like before the fight, Trunks made a whole fucking story how he came from the future, and the fight lasted like a second because he like with his sword like slashed him into little pieces, you know. And that was like the end of the episode. And then I was like, okay, now something good is gonna happen. The next episode, okay, we're watching, and again they're like fucking conversing, again, like having a conversation, man, like with the father. Like, god damn it! But it's fucking awesome. You gotta love Dragon Ball, man.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if you ever seen Jujutsu Kaisen.
I have
Um,
heard of it, but I have never
dude,
seen it. Is it good?
that one's sick, dude. It's awesome. That's easily one of the best animes I've ever seen.
Really? That good?
Yeah, yeah. I love it, dude. I love it. It's a good show.
Man, I'll check it out today for sure, man.
Yeah, yeah.
But hey, brother, I think this is our time. We have talked enough.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you have stuff to do
Oh, just
and everything.
been a
Yeah.
while, huh? This is a long talk. Huh? I love it.
Yeah, man. Love it too, brother. Man, before I let you go, please stay in touch. You know, here in JockPharm, we got a lot of love for you. Big fans of you. We are gonna be big fans of you every step of the way until the end. Send us those questions, man. Send those answers,
Yeah, yeah, dude. I'll
and
get those to you.
keep doing what you do, brother. You're on the right path. You're doing great things. I'm so happy for you. Congratulations on everything.
All right, thank you, brother.
All right, man. You take care. Say hi to your girl and to your dogs for me.
All
And
right,
maybe
thanks
next
for
time we
having me.
speak, you're gonna be in Houston.
Yeah, buddy. Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully I'll be there. If I could be there tomorrow, I would.
Keep us updated, okay?
All righty, I'll keep you posted.
All right, brother. Take care, man. Have a great
Yeah,
day, my friend.
have a good one. See ya.